All right. Oh, we're already really damn close to the zone. Let's hope I don't kill myself trying to get over there. I find it too hard to track bear's age if I didn't catch a turn into the next stage with the new year. That is true. If you do not know how many times or how many days it's been since they switched from whatever age they were to whatever age they are, it is pretty much impossible to know how old they are or what their fitness is. Oh god. Channel your inner mountain goat, please. Stay strong, River. Channel your inner goat. But right now we thankfully don't need a bear of a specific age. And yes, they live so long. They are like, I think 37 years. 39, yeah. The problem is right now we just need a low-fit adult. We don't need to know exactly how old he is. We just need a low-fit adult. The problem is so far the only adults that we have found have been high-fit. But we do have a low-fit young, so if this bear does not work out, or if the next two bears don't work out, we're gonna grow that low-fit young until he reaches adulthood, and then we're gonna shoot him right away. I'm tracking a young albino wood bison right now. Unfortunately for me, I catched him on his young stage, and until now he hasn't turned into adult. Oh, okay. Well, good luck with the bison. They do age as per encyclopedia, so once you see him switch to adult, you can calculate how many years he has left, and then you can just come back whenever he is that age. I don't see any bears. Thanks, now I have sweaty palms after watching this. You're welcome, Margarian. I hope you enjoyed the free climbing session with River. Yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to. I think I only had a female albino wood bison on this stream, but I don't remember. It's been a while since we touched on Aurora. If it wasn't for this bear mission, because I'm going through the maps in chronological order, and we already finished Nez Perce Valley a long time ago, but it was before this new mission was added. So we were actually done with Nez Perce Valley, and then we had to go back for it for a couple of hours. And I think it's been 12 hours by now that we've been searching for these bears. So, aside from that, we are currently doing Matariki, but if I can, I want to get these bears done today. I have a female already taxied. I can't wait to get the male to make the best looking pair. Do we actually have a pair mount for bison in the lodge? I'm not sure. I hope we do. It would be wonderful. Because yeah, I do like putting albino pairs or melanistic pairs together. You just have to find them, and I'm not one of those people who's very lucky with rare furs. Like, I find one every 20 to 50 hours or so. Resting rarely. Okay, well. Resting rarely, resting barely. Let's go. Let's move on to the next zone. At least I can mount them both either on plaques or platforms, doesn't matter. That is true. I think we mounted our female on the left or right side of the lodge entrance. Of the main entrance that's at the back where the car parking sign is. There's a mount right above the door there, and I think that's where we mounted her. We do currently have a bunch of 4-star elk and 1 4-star bear on this map, so if we're gonna have to end up growing the young low-fit bear, then I'm also gonna check in on those animals just to see if they made it to 5 stars, and if they did, I'm gonna taxi them and throw them in the lodge too. Yep, she'll complement the place just right on there. That is very true. I do hope we're gonna find a rare or two on Matariki. For the first thing we're gonna have to do on Matariki, and we're already on this, is an elk census. So That's probably going to be the focus of tomorrow, finishing the elk census. Good luck for so good luck with yours too, Salama. Alright. Okay, so he's gonna be in the forest. That's lovely. Alright, please let this bear be there. That's a fox eating zone, I think. Yes. Oh, I do not like this. The visibility in this place is really, really bad. I'm trying to finish Santa's Deers, or whatever is the name of that task. Now I just need a male mature caribou over 50% fitness. I haven't sweated it really hard, just been playing casually. If I run across one, I'll definitely harvest it. Oh yeah, that's the best way to go about it, honestly. The way I always do it is I grab every single mission that's available on the map when I first start the map. Then I focus on the missions that will actually require a 5-star or something. That's a 2-star, not sure. I focus on the ones that require a 5-star or something like that, and then I move on to the normal missions, and I just go from question mark to question mark on the map, just exploring what I can. Okay, so this bear is a bust, which means we have only one bear left to go. And there's this one. If this guy doesn't turn out good, then well, then we basically don't have a bear to check. Does difficulty play a role in animal spawns or fitness levels? No. No, it does not. Your chances of finding a 5-star or a rare are just as good on Hiker as they are on Ranger. I think I'm actually gonna go all the way over here. And then just go east first. Oh, wait, we're already so close. Oops, I completely forgot. I hope he didn't spook anything. So you could have a 5-star randomly on day 1 on any difficulty. I thought that was the case, but wasn't sure. Don't text and drive, yeah. Don't do this at home, kids. Yes, you could have a 5-star, well, semi-randomly on day 1 on any difficulty. I say semi-randomly because thanks to the new herd management UI, we now know that there are certain areas where you just can't get a 5-star. This is a bad example. Can I just get all animals for a moment, please? Where do we have a good example? I need something in its secondary habitat that doesn't have a 90% chance. Okay, not on this map apparently, but as an example, without switching maps, like a lot of secondary habitats will still have the opportunity to be 5 stars, but only small 5 stars. So this one, for example, if you're looking at it, mule deer, right now my fitness has actually gotten worse compared to the previous year. But if you see, for example, the gray bar goes all the way up to the 3rd last pip, so that means we could theoretically have a fitness of up to 90% in those habitats in the highland forest for the mule deer. 90% would still make 5 stars. It would just be a very crappy 5 star. So you have to know where to look for them. But if you went, for example, if you opened the map on day 1 and just went to Diamond Drill and on Hiker and checked all your mule deer herds there, you could absolutely get a 5 star there. It always depends on the initial spawn of your map, like the initial population spawn. Because that one is not the same for everybody. You don't have the same animals on your map as I do, even if we start at the same time. Unless we start from the same save, our animal populations are going to be somewhat different. And the example that I was thinking about was, for example, the warthogs in the savannah on Tickermoon. They all have a fitness of something like 10% to 40%. So you are never going to get a 5 star out of that. You're never even going to get a 3 star out of that. If you're going hunting for warthogs in the savannah, the best thing you can hope for is maybe like 2 stars and that's it. So you gotta keep that in mind. Okay, there's the need zone. That's good. Or actually, this looks too big to be a bear need zone. That looks like a deer need zone. Elk, okay, that works too. Oh, and okay. We have elk and bears right next to each other. Got it. Okay, let's go for the other zone. Any news on the new 1.26.8 update other than the rag variants? I'm really curious. You're just gonna have to wait a little bit longer. But I know what's in it and I am looking forward to it. And not for the white-tailed deer variants. Because I am mostly done by hunting white-tailed deer, and I'm not a real-life hunter, so I'm not super into the different rack shapes, etc. So let's just say I think it's going to be a good update. And as we said, I think we answered that question on the Discord. I'm not sure if it was also stated on the Reddit. We are aiming to get it out before the end of April. So that's the goal. I can of course not promise that we are going to get that goal, because game development can sometimes be really unpredictable and weird things can happen at any moment. But the goal is to get it out before the end of April. I'd love more improvements to the game, equipment, weapons, etc. Yeah, it's always a tricky thing, because different people have different priorities and you can't please everyone. And you only have so many people and so many hours in the day for actually getting stuff done, so something's always gotta give. Thank you for your hard work, team. Oh, thank you. I'll pass it along. Alright, now let's see if we can find this bear. Is he going to shatter our dreams, or is he going to be the one? Because this is the last bear we have to check. If this bear is not a low-fit adult, then we have to grow the other one. Please be the one, yeah. It would be nice. It would be nice because then I could just sleep well and know that I can just continue my elk census tomorrow. And I will not have to check my young bear and get him to grow up. But we'll see how it goes. Where even is this bear? Oh, there he is. They are. We got 2 of them. I'm going to use the caller. We're gonna check if both of them are gonna come in or only one of them. If only one of them comes in, we know it's a female. If both of them come in, then we know it's a female and a low-fit male. And then we just have to hope and pray that he's adult instead of young or mature. One thing I don't like about the Predator low fitness collar is that it calls females along. Yeah, that is annoying, but it does make sense because it's not simulating a mating call, unlike most other collars, but rather it's simulating the sound of their prey, so. That actually makes a lot of sense. But it is annoying from a gameplay perspective, I agree with that. The female is actually not responding to our call. And neither is the male. Oh wait, this one is coming in. That's the male coming in right there. I can't see him right now, but I think that should be the male that's responding. The female is there, but the male was over here, and I think he was responding too. Let's see if we can get them out of the trees. Just gotta wait for the timing on the caller. I hope maybe females could have been some kind of trophies, like more rare furs and more distinctive features and colorations. Oh, that's a nice idea. I do find it sad that females don't count as trophies or don't have a trophy score for species where the females are actually bigger than the males. Like, for example, hyenas. Okay, this is the female. This is the male. He's not coming in right now. So I'm thinking maybe he was just walking in our direction. Oh, he's a 1-star mature. Never mind. Never mind. So that means we currently do not have a single low-fit adult black bear on this map. The only thing we have is one single low-fit young one. So we're gonna have to grow this gentleman here. We also have a bear over there, and then I think we had elk Gonna double check. We can ignore anything that's in orange or yellow, actually. Yeah, we had 2 elks that we need to check in on. One bear. No, 2 bears. 2 bears and 2 elks. Okay. Let me narrow that down to black bear and elk. And we're going to start with the black bear because that's the important one. We are going to go over... Which one was it anyways? This one. I think it was this guy. Yes, that's the one that we saw that was a low-fit adult. He should be drinking either over here. No, low-fit young, sorry. Either over here or down here. And then we have this gentleman who is our... How do we not have this zone? Who is our 4-star black bear. And then for the elk, we have these 2 groups down here. So these guys with their really atrociously placed drinking zones. So I got one over here and one down here. And then these guys with their drinking zones over here or over here. Oh, we actually have both of those already on the map. Nice. So those are the zones that we're gonna need to check. Oh shoot, it says adult. Yes, we need an adult male American black bear with a fitness level of 50 or lower. So we're gonna have to grow this one right here. Thankfully, it's in a fairly easy to access location, so it will be not too bad. But that means we got a forward time to 7 a.m. the next day. Yes, it is day 1 of the new year. It's time for us to check on this bear. This location is bear central in my opinion. Yes, this location is really good because you've got like 5 different bears drinking just along this lake and this little bit of river. So it's really, really good if you need to find a bear. It's just that right now we are looking for one very, very specific bear. One highly specific bear. I think we actually saw him at his eating zone when we first saw him. I have no idea if he will be at this drinking zone or at the other drinking zone. All I know is that he is a low-fit young. And if we can grow him, then hopefully he will make it into... Well, he will make it into a low-fit adult, but hopefully he will make it into a low-fit adult very, very soon, because I don't want to be here forever. They can, in theory, be young for 7 years. So, oh, we've got 2 of them over there already. That's a 1-star mature. They can be young for 7 years. So if he was in his first year, we're gonna have to advance time 6 times in order to actually make the year stick. I know about it just after I finished the story for Ness. I definitely missed some low-fit individuals that affected the population. Yeah. The worst part is when I first did this mission, I did it on my own personal playthrough save. Not this stream save. And my own personal playthrough save was from the beginning of the game when there was when it was still possible for solo bears to spawn as females. So I had I actually did a bear census on that when we first found out that that was an issue. And my map had 37 females and only 5 males. And then this mission came along, and I remembered that my spawns had been busted in the beginning of the game, and I had never gotten around to refreshing them, so I had to go on a killing spree, basically, and just shoot every single female black bear that I saw, so that I could actually spawn in some males. It was quite tragic. And no, I'm not gonna forget about my elk, but my elk have a bit more time. My elk only drink at 9, so if I just spend a little bit of time on these black bears first, they're gonna be just fine. I fear my black bear is gonna be down there, which is it's a bit of a shit zone to get to. It will actually be faster if we go there with the car. If we take the car from the lodge, I think that will actually be fastest. No, I meant years-wise. Oh! Yeah, the elk should be fairly simple. Because all of them were 4-star mature, so either they made it to 5 stars or they didn't. And if they didn't make it to 5 stars, then I can just shoot them. But if they didn't make it to 5 stars, I can just ignore the herd and move on with my life. If they did make it to 5 stars, I shoot them and put them in the lodge. That's fine. I don't think this bear is here right now. Assuming they live less than bears, if I'm not mistaken. Correct. Rocky Mountain elk only live for 12 years, so they are fairly easy to check. And generally, unless you have something like a 99% elk, they will only be mature, 5-star mature in their last year. Drinking rarely. Oh, you bastard. Okay, that means we definitely gotta check on him down there.